My darling girl, I have been half mad trying to find a way out for you since your letter reached me. But it has come. My grandfather has relented. I pray heaven that this money and my love will help you bear what lies ahead. Jeffrey.
You say this girl's a teacher at your school?
She was, until I discharged her today. We're not likely to hear from her again.
And I was prepared to turn over a handsome sum to that boy when he got back. Even made an ass of myself and sent him a check.
Then I was right to withhold this. He made it over to her.
You're not very fond of the girl, are you?
Hardly, under the circumstances.
You're sure the girl has no legitimate claims on him?
I brought her up from a foundling. Is it likely she would not have consulted me if their love had been respectable?
Brandas!
Yes, son.
In future, if any letters or cables come from Mr. Jeffrey, they're to be returned unopened.
As you wish, son.
Becky? Come in, Becky. I'm glad you want to sleep, miss. It's one of them lonely nights. Yes. I wonder where Miss Rose is. I shall miss her terribly. We're all alone in the world now, aren't we, miss? No. No, we're not alone. There's my father, you know. Your father? But Cook says he... You mustn't say that. It isn't true. He's not dead. He's sick or wounded somewhere. He'd send for me. But he's not dead. How do you know, miss? Something inside tells me so. And sometimes I hear him calling for me. Oh, Lord, miss.
Oh, don't rob the children of the sunshine. They won't be children-in-law.
You're smoking.
As you see, today, my good woman, the British Army is behind me.
That uniform. You're not going to war.
Quite to the very cannon's mouth, if need be.
But why?
Because, old girl, I'm fed to the teeth with your bullying. And your treatment of Rose and little Sarah's the last straw. I prefer the less painful horrors of the battlefield.
Are you daring to criticize me?
Astonishing, isn't it? But it proves that I'm competent to lead my men into the very jaws of death.
After this, you may never expect help from me again.
I am quite calm. For if the bloodthirsty boar spares me, the footlights will see bubbling Bertie once again.
Hubert, you wouldn't do that to me.
Oh, wouldn't I? Well, ta-ta, old girl.
Ah!
Yes, Lassie?
Were you at the siege of Mafeking?
Aye. That's where I stopped the bullet that stopped me.
Then did you know my father?
Your father? What might his name be, Lassie?
Captain Reginald Crewe.
Your father a captain?
Yes. They say he is dead, but I know it can't be. And I've asked so many soldiers about him. I hope you could tell me.
No, Lassie. I'm sorry, I can't. Why don't you ask in the hospital there? Maybe they'll have some record of him.
Thank you, sir. I will. Please, sir.
Why, the little princess as I live.
It's Mr. Bertie.
In person.
But I thought you'd gone to war.
No. Lord Roberts wanted me to, of course. But he said, Bertie, old boy, the wounded need you. So you stay here and cheer up the brave lads who have fallen in our just cause. So I'm practically in command of this hospital.
Oh, Mr. Bertie, could my father be in there?
Your father, Princess?
Yes. You see, I know he isn't dead. And I've been looking and looking. He could be among the wounded, couldn't he?
Yes?
I'm almost sure he is, somewhere. If you're in charge, could I please look for him in there?
Well,
Please.
yes, yes, of course you may. Things like that can happen, you know.
Mr. Birdie, why do they salute you if you're in command here?
Well, discipline in a hospital is rather, lax.
Oh.
Oh, I say, Major, they're waiting for you in Ward B. There's a lot of trash up there.
Very good. I'll get one of my men to attend to it.
Get one of your what?
Well, two of my men then. Carry on.
Over there!
Sir?
What's this type doing here before visiting hours?
Well, you see, sir,
Well.
If you please, sir, the Major's helped me to find my father, sir.
The Major?
To her, sir. You see, we're old friends, sir. I knew her father, Captain Crew, who's reported killed at Mafeking. The child's sure there's some mistake, so I'm helping her search among the wounded.
Could you tell me anything about my father, sir?
Sorry, my dear, I can't. Carry on, Major.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. This little girl's father's been killed, but she insists he's alive, so I'm letting her look around. We'll try another ward.
There's old Bertie! Give us a song, lad!
Attention, men! Attention! Official inspection!
He isn't here either. But someone might know about him. If you please, sir, were you at the siege of Mafeking?
I was that, darling. It's where I picked up the bug. 'Twas no bigger than the seed of a thistledown that laid me low. Ah, the bugs down there are worse than their bullets.
Then perhaps you didn't know my father.
Faith, and I wouldn't have known my own father with the fever that was on me.
Thank you, sir.
It's all right, darling.
Hello.
If you please, sir, were you with the troops at Mafeking?
Yes, of course I was. That's where I ran away, you know.
Then did you know my father, Captain Crew?
Yes, of course. That's a fine-looking officer, isn't he? He ought to do well.
But where did you see my father last? Where is he now?
Where's who?
My father.
Oh, one soldier more or less doesn't make any difference, you know. I'm making thousands and thousands for England. See? Fine, strong fellows who won't be afraid as I was. I was afraid of the noise. That's why I ran away, you know.
He said he knows my father, but he won't tell.
He's living in a dream, Sarah. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Come on, dear.
Don't go yet, lad. Give us a song.
Yes, give us a song, Bertie. How about it, dear? Shall we sing them a song to cheer them up? Our old specialty, what?
Not today, Mr. Birdie.
Oh, come on, darling. Let's try and forget our own troubles and do something for these lads, shall we?
All right, I'll try.
Oh, you darling. What about the old Kent Road?
That's the one. Mackie will play it for you. Have a go at it, Mac.
Every evening at the stroke of 5 me and the missus takes a little drive. You sigh, oh wonderful, they're still alive.
If you saw that little donkey go, when we start, the blessed donkey stops. He won't move, so I quickly ops. Pounds start a whacking, and when down he drops. Someone says he wasn't mine to go. What a tear, all the neighbors cry. Ooh, you're gonna meet Bill, have your butt street, Bill. Long, or I thought I should have died, but not to me, the old Kent Road.
die, knocked him in the outcat round.
Mr. Birdie, will it be all right if I come again tomorrow?
I shouldn't run away too often, Princess. You might get punished, you know. I'll keep a sharp lookout whenever the wounded come in.
You don't really believe he'll ever come, do you?
Yes, yes, of course I do. I've told you missing men often turn up.
Then I better come. You might not know him if he were very much changed.
All right, dear. You come.
Goodbye, Mr. Birdie.
Goodbye, dear.
Are you hungry? Here. Poor little things. There won't be any worms for you this morning.
Good morning, little Mrs. Saab.
Good morning, Randaz.
Feeding your little friends?
Yes, but I couldn't save them very much for my supper last night.
Oh, it is difficult for them when the snow comes.
Ronnie! Ronnie!
Oh, Ranny! Ranny?
Ranny!
You look as though you know you're being naughty and enjoying it.
Ronnie! Ronnie! For shame.
Here she is on the bookshelves.
Bookshelves?
Oh, I forgot. I pretend they're bookshelves and filled with beautiful books.
Then I better remove her before she ruins your set of Dickens. Right? This is your room, Mrs. Saab?
Yes. It's so little and so high above everything that it's almost like a nest in a tree. I can lie on my soft sofa and look up in the sky through that little window on the roof.
Sofa?
It looks more like a soft sofa when it's made up. And you imagine it has down quilts and lovely cushions to curl up on.
There is a fire sometimes, of course.
Well, that is the hardest of all to imagine, especially at night. But it's lovely when you can. The grate shines so when it's polished, and the nice bright coal scuttle on the hearth. Oh, worry, miss. The cook wants you, and she's in an awful stew. Oh, my goodness. Excuse me if I run. I've got to go to the butcher's. I'll get my ears boxed if I don't hurry.
Yes, Mrs. Saab.
Listen to this. Hospital ship Mercy arrives. 1,200 wounded disembarked.
Does it give any of the names? There ain't no list.
Oh, I hope my poor Harry's among them.
A wounded husband is better than no husband at all, eh, Mint?
Becky, I've got to get to the hospital before 9 o'clock when they close the visitors. Somehow I've got to. Yes, miss.
You clumsy ox. For that, you whistle for your supper.
Oh, Mom, Shine had no lunch. You put things away before she got back from the grocer's.
Who do you think you're talking to? You'll both go hungry. Now, clean up this mess. Go on, get on with it.
Some sorry cases in this batch, Doctor.
Yes, poor devils.
Oh, Doctor.
Doctor, this man is an unknown. His papers were lost. Delirium following malarial fever.
We're very much concerned about him, sir.
Anemia, heart action weak, respiration low. Well, that's to be expected.
But his mind doesn't clear, sir. He has no lucid moments.
Temporary paralysis of some nerve center. Or a blood clot, possibly.
More likely to be the latter, sir. He received a nasty head wound.
Sir.
He repeatedly calls for this person, Sarah.
You can't learn who this Sarah is?
No way of finding out, sir. Till his identity is established.
Sir.
You better go now, miss. I'll finish up for you. Thank you, Becky. I'll have to fly. Yes, miss.
Here, hold your horses. Where do you think you're going?
Why,
Miss Lavinia wants some coal for her fire. Hot to it.
Oh, Sarah, you look so tired, and you look hungry, too. Are you actually hungry, Sarah? Yes, I am hungry. I'm so hungry I could eat you.
Plenty. My father pays for it. Just a moment. Our princess seems to be in a hurry. Could it be that she's going to a ball? Come back here and clean up that hearth. I'd like my shawl, the pink one. It's on my bed. Cover me, please. I find the room a bit chilly.
Hello, Princess. What are you doing out so late?
I've come to see the new soldiers that got here today.
Not tonight, my girl. It's closing time.
But I've got to. I ran away specially.
Now then, young, and take it easy.
Please let me in. I'm sure he's here this time.
You're sure every time, Princess. I'm sorry. You run on home and come back tomorrow morning. That's a good little girl. All right, good night now.
He will recover from the effects of the fever, but I am convinced there is brain pressure.
You advise an operation, then?
Yes. You agree?
I do. Dr. McNeish in Edinburgh is the man.
Yes, splendid, splendid.
List this man for removal to Edinburgh in the morning.
Yes, Doctor.
Sir.
Sarah? Where have you been? Answer me. You've been out, haven't you?
Yes, Miss Minchin.
What do you mean by disobeying my orders?
I had to. I had to look for my father.
This ridiculous search for your father. All this making believe and refusing to face facts. It's indecent. I've had enough of it. You must realize once and for all that your father is dead.
Don't you say that. He's not dead. He's not. And you can't stop me from looking for him either.
How dare you speak to me in that manner, you impudent little... I'll attend to you further in the morning.
I can't be a good soldier much longer. I'm cold, and I'm hungry, too. Do you hear? No, you don't hear. You don't hear and you don't care. You're nothing but a doll. A doll! You never had a heart to make you feel. You're just a doll!
Your Highness, please forgive me, but something has gone amiss. There is an angry woman outside to report a stolen kiss.
Tell her she must go away. Come around some other day.
I have told her, but she won't. You must see her. If you don't, she'll scream her head off.
Tell her to hush.
She won't be hushed.
Then tell her to shush.
I'm afraid she won't be shushed.
I won't be shushed. I won't be hushed. I know my rights. I know the law. And I know also what I saw.
What did you see?
I saw him.
You saw who? I mean whom?
I saw that lad steal a kiss from that shameless little miss.